while since we've done one of these little podcast episodes or whatever you want to call them, but
We're official podcasters.
I wouldn't go that
We're
far.
not that
We don't have none official equipment.
We're not official at anything, really.
No, not really. But we're back. It's been a while. Kind of quit doing these for a little while. We really weren't happy with the quality of them, sound and stuff like that. And inside this room we're in, it's hard to get it right. But we are working on trying to get some better equipment for this, to do this with. But that's all I got
That's about all I got.
about that. Yeah.
No, we're back. You know, we enjoy doing the podcast. I think it's kind of an outlet for us to keep y'all up to date on what's going on and what we've had. So since our last podcast, I mean, a lot has changed.
Yeah.
You know, so we're just going to kind of fill you in on that, you know, what's happening, kind of our updates, and go from there. But before we get too deep into this, I just want to tell you, you know, don't take y'all just a second. Go over there, hit that subscribe button, click the like button, you know, turn the bell on so you get notifications. It helps us out. We're really, really close at the time of recording this. I don't know where we'll be at when it comes out, but we're really close to 1,000 subscribers. That's our first goal, and obviously we want to grow past that, but you know, we can't do it without y'all. So if you just got a friend or a buddy, somebody you think that would enjoy the content, tell them, hey, it don't take just a second, scroll over there and hit that button, and that way they know when we drop a new video out.
Yeah, make sure y'all go hit the button.
Hit the button.
Subscribe, hit the button.
Smash that.
Smash it. So, our last two videos we posted are Hidden Falls.
Hidden Falls Adventure Park. That's Marble Falls.
Marble Falls.
Marble
Right
Falls.
outside of Marble Falls.
So it's probably about 4 hours for us, 4.5,
Yeah, probably 4.5.
about 5 in a motorhome.
6 if you're driving the motorhome.
Yeah. Life's already fast enough. I don't need to speed it up. Okay.
Do you just want to go tell people right off the get-go that you got your feelings hurt, or Twice?
I think they know by now.
twice that you got your feelings hurt?
That stupid KRX. But this was my second time to go to Hidden Falls. You know, sadly enough, everybody couldn't go, so it was just me and Tanner and the girls.
And the girls, can't forget them.
Can't cut
Oh
them
my
out.
God.
So it was just me and Tanner, our spouses, and then I took my youngest son and one of his buddies. So it was just two of us. We really didn't, and it sounds silly, you think with less rides you'd be able to film more, but it's harder. Because it's harder to, you kind of just get in the groove of riding and you're not really waiting on people. When you're waiting on people, it's easy to whip the camera out and start recording them, but with two people it's really hard to kind of get that content. So we tried hard to get some good content, but I think we came out with two really good videos. We did hit, from what I know, we hit all the hard stuff that we could find and the hard stuff that I knew where it was at, so we didn't slouch down on anything.
No. It was my first time being there. It's a pretty good park. Not very long trails, minus that one trail that
Yeah, the North
circles
Pole,
the whole, yeah. Not very long trails. I do wish that some, you know, they had some longer trails, just because, I mean, we're kind of spoiled to that. So most of the other places we go ride have longer trails, so you're not steadily trying to find your way around. Where does this trail go? Where does that trail go? With longer ones. So, but besides that, I really like the park. I had some good spots. Beautiful scenery.
Yeah, it's Texas Hill Country. If you're not from around here, so that's what they call it. It's not too far from Austin or Fredericksburg, kind of that area. It's down a little windy road that's a pain in the butt to get down with big trailers, but you know, we did it. And as I was messing with Tanner, I have a motorhome now. We've kind of sold all of our stuff and switched around and bought a motorhome, and it's a gas engine motorhome. And I told Tanner, I said, I ain't owned it very long, but that's the first time I've ever seen it downshift to first gear to try to climb a hill. She just kept dropping and dropping and dropping. I was like, whoo, come on, big girl. But yeah, so it is real pretty country. Of course, it's summer in Texas. It's dry. We're pretty much in a drought at this point. I know they are out there. So it was dusty, just like the last time I went. And I mean, it'll cover you up in white dust. It's that white rock stuff. I don't know. It's powdery. I know that.
It was dusty, hot, but we still had a good time. as long as you were on top of the hill where the breeze hit you, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Uh,
It was good. It was a windy weekend, thank
Yeah.
God. So it was actually really nice when you got out of the trees.
Yeah, so that was my first time being there, and Brent's second time, but his first time with his new ride. And he just got a new wrap put on it right before we went.
Like 2 days.
Yeah.
I picked it up Tuesday and we left Thursday.
And I was hoping that he would not scratch it or tear that wrap up, but he did. And I think that hurt his feelings too.
Not near as much as the fact that the axle broke and it really just ruined the next day. The wrap, it is what it is. Well, I mean, of course, I took it back Monday or Tuesday
Oh, yeah.
and I had it fixed, so it's all new again.
Till the next ride.
To the next ride, but we're gonna try to keep it pretty as much as we can. So if you've seen the video and if you've seen previous videos, it's still a Turbo R 4-seater Ultimate. When I bought that, I'd ordered a different color. I'd ordered the Ghost Gray and the Lime Light or whatever they call it, more like the Lime Squeeze. And I waited 6 months or so, and it never showed up. Yeah.
Long time.
It was never in the build process, like there was no update on when I was gonna get it, so I ended up finding a dealership that had the exact same thing, but the red and black, and we just went ahead and pulled the trigger, went and got it, and I've never really been happy with it, because it's not what I wanted. So we decided to make sure that it doesn't look like all the other Turbo R's on the trail, so I fixed that problem.
Yeah, because we went to
The
the Hoedown,
yeah.
that crossbar, and there was like 6 other ones that looked just like yours, and ever since then you've been done with it.
Yeah, so.
Changing shit up.
Changing it up. I will say, I mean, with the Turbo R, that was the first place, I guess, with the hills and the slopes and all the loose rock. That was probably and it climbed everything perfectly fine when I had all 4 tires pulling, but that was, the loose rock really hurt the 4-seater the most that I've been to so far.
Yeah,
It really slowed it down on
They
climbing
look-
hills.
just the grip there itself was weird in mine.
Yeah.
One hill you'd grip just fine, the next one it'd be loose as shit, and you're spinning, and
Yeah, I mean, and if you stopped in the middle of the hill, you almost couldn't take back
Yeah,
off because
it's-
it just would spin and not crawl, so you had to kind of back down
yeah.
and get a good bite and then go back up again. But man, like we hit a couple and I thought we had the rigs test. I think the test tube was one that we hit, and I think neither one of us climbed that. I can't remember if that was a test tube or not.
It was over there by a test tube if it wasn't test tube. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but like neither one of us could get up that, and the camera don't do it no justice. I mean, that was the one hill, for some reason I didn't have the camera on, the incline meter, I don't know what it was, probably 35, 40 degrees,
Yeah.
when you're standing up there, so it was pretty steep. So neither one of us made that. But beyond that, I mean, well, there was one spot over on North Pole the 4-seater couldn't make that the KRX did.
Oh, that's when the camera
The
missed
camera,
out.
yeah, it's so hot, we were having camera issues as well, so the camera actually turned to photos. So we could have like collaged you a piece together, but it wouldn't have worked out very well.
Took like 1 million photos of that climb.
Yeah, so we kind of missed that footage, and that was good. The KRX walked right up it. The 4-seater was just bellying out just with the way it was, the step up was on it. So really, beyond that, that's the only struggles we had, and this was one of the times that the KRX actually went up everything that I did, so I couldn't pick on him the other way, because usually I can at least climb some PK, but not this time.
No, we rode Friday. Friday was our first day there, and then we decided to go on a night ride Friday night. That's when he broke the axle.
Yeah,
So
we went
he was-
filming. It's hard to film at night anyways.
And you can't see nothing when you film at night hardly, so he broke the axle Friday night, so that pretty much put a damper on his whole day Saturday. He just pretty much drove around and filmed.
Yeah,
But,
we tried. I tried right off the bat, and I mean, it just wouldn't climb up anything. The first video was at 11 something. We'd already been riding a little bit, and it wouldn't do it. But it broke the driver rear. That's the first rear axle I've ever broke. So
Yeah.
I'd rather lose a front one. I'll tell you that. They'll still work with 3 if you lose a front one. They will not work if you lose a rear one.
So, but he was upset with that because I got like 1,300 miles on the KRX, and they've all been
hard.
on the videos, the miles on them, and ain't broken axle yet. It's coming, but he's upset. He's like, I'm gonna go out there with a sawzall tonight and cut one of yours.
I'm gonna cut that axle in half. He's gonna break one. It might be with a cutoff wheel or something, but it's gonna happen.
But
I'm not really mad about the axle. You know, it was obviously my own doing, but it broke not because the axle's weak or because of the machine. It hit a hard spot. We were night riding. It was a real small, tight trail, and I couldn't back out, so I had to climb this hill. It had a little step up, and it was trying to bounce over, and it just couldn't do it. But there was a tree right beside it, and there was like a tree root ball or knot sticking out. And I don't know, I had 10, 15 mile an hour wheel speed, and it just slid right into that, and that you could see where it hit the spokes of the wheel. It just literally just stopped the wheel. It didn't break the CV or nothing. It broke the axle shaft straight in half.
Yeah.
I mean, it broke the main axle, not anything else. So it took a really hard hit. So I'm not mad about that. It's,
we joke about it.
Yeah.
To each other.
I mean, it sucks, and it really is bad because the turbo R's are still new enough that, like, some people don't have parts for them. So I called every dealership that was within an hour of there, maybe an hour and a half, because I was just gonna, me and Tanner was gonna jump in the truck and go buy an axle, but nobody had one, so I couldn't go get an axle and get it fixed that morning anyways. So we just three-wheeled it around and then, took a night ride out the next night, but didn't hit anything hard. Well, in that one.
In that one.
Yeah.
Me and you rode the KRX.
Yeah, we went out the next night and decided it'd be a good idea for me and Tanner to take the KRX, and he let me drive. I tried to break an axle. Not really, but we did go out and do some night riding. That's a really, I'd say if you're into.
I was about to fight that blood.
One thing I will say about Hidden Falls, if you're really into some decent hardcore hills, they have them. And if you really just want to cruise, they have a ton of like this kind of smooth, comfortable trails and, still pretty scenery on that side as well. So, it's kind of a little bit of everything. So the next night we went over to, we call it the kiddie section, but we went over there and rode Saturday night.
Yeah.
And let the kid drive.
Yeah.
My boy ended up driving mine.
I finally got him to admit that he should have bought a KRX that night, because there's a couple little spots, there's some good little climbs over there, and I told him to hit it, and he's like, this thing don't even think about it, just
go.
Just go.
Red lights on.
As long as the red light's on, he'll go.
Yeah, the KRX, I mean, they got their ups and downs. Since putting it on 35s, which the Turbo R is the same way, I mean, 35s completely transformed both of those rigs. But that's your first ride since we did the clutch kit, right?
No, we went to Barnwood.
No, that's right, we didn't go to Barnwood,
Yeah,
because
we
we
went to
climbed the Woody and stuff.
Yeah.
So we, and we post TikToks and people, make comments on there all the time, but the KRX and the Turbo R, the reason we compare them two together, minus wheelbase, they're pretty much the same machine. Wheelbase and horsepower.
Yeah,
I mean, they're both stock, they're both on 35s, Tanner's got springs and a cage
That's
and a
it.
clutch kit,
Yeah.
and the springs were just to get more ground clearance. It really didn't change the overall, functionality of the machine. It might flex a little bit more, but I still even have my sway bars hooked up. I haven't taken the sway bars off of it yet.
Yeah, I still have the rear one. I got the front one off.
But we went down there, there was nobody. What, maybe 2 campers, 3 campers?
If that.
Yeah, there might have been 3 other RVs there, I think.
There was a Jeep club that showed up Saturday, but
Yeah.
besides that, there's nobody.
So we pretty much had the whole park to ourselves, which was nice. We didn't have to deal with a lot of traffic. We didn't have to deal with dust. Of course, the Jeeps wasn't riding and stuff we were anyway, so we really didn't cross paths with them. But it turned out good. I mean, I think I'd go back, but it's not on my top 2 or 3 list, I don't think.
It's a place I'd go back to maybe once a year, maybe every year and a half,
Yeah.
somewhere out there in that time frame. Because it's not that big of a park either. So
Yeah.
I mean, in the 2 days we seen, if you only had 2 rides like we did, the 2 days you see the whole park.
Yeah, we pretty much rode every trail that was at least rated a 3, 4, or 5.
Yeah.
And a lot of the 5s are one obstacle and it's really short.
Yeah.
It's not really a trail, it's more of a hill or a climb. And kind of the 4s are the same way. You'll be down a super easy trail for a while and then you get one kind of wall or rock quarry type thing and that's it.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad, and it had some decent bypasses to go around most of it, so you didn't have to climb it if you didn't want to.
But, yeah, so it's a good park, good time. I think it was nice. We enjoy everybody that comes and rides with us and stuff like that, all of our friends and other people that we meet up with. But it was nice just to get away, just two rides.
Yeah, just get out there and have a good time with us.
Yeah.
Because we usually when we invite people, it ends up 10, 12, 15 side-by-sides. And
Yeah.
here lately, it's been just a few, so it's kind of, it's win 50-50, it's like, it's really nice that you're kind of alone, and it's like, man, I wish I had more people here so we could, have everybody be hanging out.
Yeah. But that's about all I got for this one.
Yeah, so, like I said, Hidden Falls Adventure Park, good time, dusty,
It
hot.
was dusty, hot. It's Texas.
Yeah, my ride got dirty just on the road in, because it's like 2 miles to camp or something.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
down the rock road.
forever away. But yeah, it's a good time. If y'all got anything, that y'all want to hear from us, then, leave a comment down below. We want to make a couple more of these podcasts. It's too hot to really go ride right now, so we don't have any more rides planned, but that don't mean something won't pop up and we don't take a day trip or something like that. But, like I said, just leave us a comment, but, please show your support by liking, subscribing, hitting the bell icon.
We'll catch you on the next one.